This is the Dollemore Daily, and I'm Jesse Dollemore. So out of the Donald Trump presidency, when Donald Trump became an actual candidate for office, there was a cadre of morons who surfaced. None may be more surprising or shocking or entertaining as the My Pillow goof, Mike Lindell. A guy who has already been brought to court for claiming that his pillows cured multiple sclerosis, I think, and Parkinson's. Like, he really went all in on the wonder that is the invention of the pillow that he claims to have done. A pillow. He's a grifter. Always has been. Likely always will be. And he jumped on this election. He claims that Donald Trump was sent to us by God on high. Donald Trump is some kind of a Moses figure, some kind of a messianic figure, even. And he's continuing with his lies about the American election, claiming he has piles, mounds, reams of evidence that Donald Trump would be in office in March, and then in May, and then June, and then August it was going to happen. He's still claiming the Supreme Court's going to take up his case, and look at all of his evidence. He's got so much of it. He had his cyber symposium. He's done live streams where he was going to show you the evidence, but then that never, ever happens. He's a liar. He's a grifter. He's a charlatan. He's a conspiracy theorist. And I tend to believe, I kind of vacillate on it from day to day, but I tend to believe he believes what he's saying. I think he's a stupid, stupid man. He's got his own personal problems that I don't talk about, because addiction is not a choice that anybody enters into. But I think there may be damage to his brain from the years of drug abuse and addiction that he has suffered. And again, that's not an indictment of him. Addiction's not a choice, but it does have real ramifications for the physical nomenclature of your brain. But he does know right from wrong. He is a functioning adult who runs a once successful business. And not only is he not doing the Donald Trump thing, he's also now weighing in as an expert on the Brazilian election, that he knows the son of Jair Bolsonaro, Eduardo Bolsonaro. He knows them. And his cyber guys, and he's giving specific numbers about the fraud and what these votes were cast, and it's all just, it's galaxy brain nonsense. But in order to justify their beliefs about the conspiracy surrounding the American election, they've got to drag other countries in too, to act like this is widespread globally. That there's a larger conspiracy out there that we have to pay attention to that is calling the shots, picking winners and losers across the globe, that somehow didn't work when Jair Bolsonaro ran the first time and Donald Trump ran the first time. Apparently, the vast controlling conspiracy, there was a glitch in the matrix, and it didn't work for that particular election. Watch this off the rails. It's so off the rails that his co-host isn't even paying attention to him. He's got his laptop, and he's just tuning him out, and just who knows what he's looking up on his computer, while Mike Lindell rambles incoherently. Watch this.
Everybody, remember, we were watching the Brazil election. Our cyber guys were watching, and they took that we know of was 5.1 million votes, and through the machines. Remember, everybody, over there, as Brandon looks for that in Brazil, I'm friends with their the president's son, Eduardo Bolsonaro. He's also a friend of the station. His dad is the president there, they tried to get paper put in where at least the machines you'd hit a button and it would print out a paper copy so that you could do an audit. That got voted down by the corrupt judges. So the judges over there voted that down. We don't want a paper trail. So they have peer machines, everybody. When I say peer machine, there's no paper. It's just a tap, boom, 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 boom. So whatever that tells you, whatever program's inside, here's who won. Ding, ding.
So the MyPillow salesman, apparently he also sells coffee now and slippers and a bunch of other crap because his business is crumbling around him. His cyber guys, somehow, if we're to believe the claim, I do not, but if we're to believe the claim, his cyber guys had secret access to the voting machines in Brazil. Seems illegal, if you ask me. And they were able to watch in real time, 5.1 million votes go through the machines, he says. I think the authorities in Brazil might want to have a conversation with Mike Lindell. So the question really does remain, what is the purpose of this? There is zero evidence that there was fraud, just like there was zero evidence that there was fraud in the 2020 election. Zero, none, zero. Over 60 cases were tossed out of court that were brought by Rudy Giuliani and the grifter class in the Republican Party trying to have Donald Trump maintain power. But what is the motivation here to drag this from Brazil and make a point about American elections? I think that it is to point to a larger global, they love to use the word cabal, the root of which is Kabbalah. It's an anti-Jewish slur. They really want to point to a larger globalist agenda, making the frogs gay. I mean, this is all too much. It is all Alex Jones level conspiracy at the hands of someone who wants the boot of an authoritarian regime on his neck. That's Mike Lindell's fetish, is being just destruction upon him. He wants to be a martyr so bad. He wants to piss away his business, his millions of dollars, in service to a serial philanderer, a liar, a violator of our Constitution, a criminal who has committed obstruction of justice time after time after time, a credibly accused rapist, Donald Trump. That's to whom they pledge their fealty, their undying loyalty to a man who doesn't have loyalty to anyone else other than himself. If you have an answer, I would absolutely love to know. What do you believe? What's the tie-in here? Let's talk about it in the comments. You can also call, leave me a brief voicemail, 714-576-4054. You can email me, daily@dollemore.com. If you appreciate what I do, please consider supporting my work. Click the join button below, become a channel member. Or go over to patreon.com/IDoubtItPodcast. You can connect with me on social media. I am at Dollemore on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, at Dollemore. And if you want to do me a personal favor, go subscribe to my wife and guest host, her new YouTube channel over, the link will be below. It's youtube.com/@BrittanyEPage. Real easy. I love you guys. I appreciate you very much. See you next time. Until I do, be genuine. Take care of one another.